Internal Revenue Service IRS tax news. Tips to help people stay safe online. IRS tax tip 2020-163, November 1st, 2020. These days, most people are spending more time at home and a lot more time online. Whether people are online for work, school, or virtual gathering for shopping, online security is more important than ever. Everyone should be mindful of risks. There's a link to should be mindful of risks here. They may encounter when they share devices, shop online, and interact on social media. Taxpayers might find the online security overwhelming, but it doesn't have to be. Even those who aren't super tech savvy can stay safe online. Remember, security is important. No one should reveal too much information about themselves. People can keep data secure by only providing what is necessary. This reduces online exposure to scammers and criminals. For example, birthdays, addresses, age, and especially social security numbers are some things that should not be shared freely. In fact, people should not routinely carry a social security card in their wallet or purse. And some of these things can obviously be a little bit more difficult than others, but some of these things, these types of tools or information about you, of course, can be some of the things that could be used to unlock passwords and whatnot if there's a security question. So oftentimes it's going to be difficult for people not to know your birthday and whatnot if you're active on social media, but it would be better if the scammer didn't know your birthday, of course, because that, again, could be some piece of information they might be able to use in order to hack into something or to do some type of identity theft. It might be an answer to some kind of question that could be used in order to use something. Obviously, again, even the address is going to be difficult, and age these days, again, because a lot of people have all their stuff on social media, but it would be best to kind of restrain on some of the personal details. Obviously, the social security number is something that should be kept secure, but even the other kind of normal personal data that might be some of the like security answer questions that might be used for some type of software are things you want to keep more personal as well. And it might be better when you have those security questions if you actually put in nonsense data, even though it's hard to remember the nonsense data if you have a secure place to save the password, and then the nonsense data for something like your mother's maiden name or something like that. That would make it more secure, but less able to get back into it if there is a problem, which is the reason that you have those kind of default settings in case you forgot the password. But in any case, use software with firewall and antivirus protections. People should make sure security software is always turned on and can automatically update. They should encrypt sensitive files stored on computers. Sensitive files include things like tax records, school transactions, and college applications. They should use strong, unique passwords for each account. They should also be sure all family members have comprehensive antivirus protection on their devices, particularly on shared devices. So obviously the antivirus software is going to be huge. Most of the time people are pretty good at that on the computer. You want to get the antivirus software on the other devices as well. So when you're talking tablets and phones and whatnot in an open network like a Wi-Fi network, that can, you might do a little bit more research to make sure you got the kind of the protection on those types of devices as well. And then the passwords can be a burdensome thing to do if you have very strong passwords and whatnot. You might be able to use a tool like a LastPass that would kind of store your passwords and help you to kind of manage them and have strong passwords there as well. So learn to recognize and avoid scams. Everyone should be on the lookout for scams. Thieves use phishing emails, threatening phone calls, and texts to pose as IRS employees or other legitimate government or law enforcement agencies. So scams are obviously going to be a big thing this year too, because of the problems this year and the potential money that's going out this year from the IRS for support such as economic impact payments. Primary way the scammers get information is with the phishing emails, and the phishing emails typically have a component of urgency. You need to do this now, and fear. The IRS is going to do something to your type of thing. So remember, the IRS typically isn't going to act, send an email in the first place or like a text message, and you don't want to go from the text message or email directly to a website with a link, but rather if you think it might be legitimate, go to the website itself, not through the link, and then go to the IRS directly and then research from that point. So people should remember to never click on links or download attachments from unknown or suspicious emails. If someone calls asking for personal information, people should not give out such details. Protect personal data. Adults should avoid children and teens and other young users to shop at reputable online retailers. They should treat personal information like cash and shouldn't leave it lying around. So again, in the age of social media, people often are putting personal information out there all the time, and some personal information, such as birthdays and whatnot, are probably going to be, you got to measure how much personal information you want out there to how much security you would have as well, and find the balance for that. But again, the more personal information with all the technology out there, then they can piece together more information that could be used for identity theft in different ways. So know the risk of public Wi-Fi. Connection to public Wi-Fi convenient and often free, but it may not be safe. Hackers and cyber criminals can easily steal personal information from these networks. Always use virtual private network when connecting to public Wi-Fi. So when obviously if you're in a public Wi-Fi, if you're at a mall or something, then you want to realize that the public Wi-Fi could be is a security risk and not be logging into sensitive information like a bank or something like that on a public Wi-Fi. So more information can be found at publication 4524, Security Awareness for Taxpayers. There's a link to that here. There'll be a link to this in the description.